Hey, I'm Aknaim, the creator of Midway, and I just wanted to give you a quick walkthrough of what Midway is all about. Okay, so Midway is a drop-in member chat for Memberstack powered websites, and it simply adds real-time direct messages, voice notes, replies and reactions, typing indicators, and read receipts through a single iframe embed on your Webflow website. And it doesn't require any backend configurations on your part, and members can simply just log in with their existing Memberstack account. Okay, so once you are on the home page, you are then going to create a new account. So you can do that by clicking on the embed free button over here, and that would lead you to the sign up page. So I'm already signed up and I have been redirected to my dashboard. So once you have created an account, what you will be able to see is your dashboard view. So from the dashboard, you have a couple of options. You can either create an account or you can update your project settings, get help, report a bug, depending on your specific use case. But for this demo, we are going to create a new project and I'm going to show you how to add that to your Webflow website as well. So you can create a new project by clicking on any new project button, and then we are going to name this anything that we want. Okay, so I'm going to title it Member Community, and I'm going to say that this is going to live on a specific Webflow domain, which for the purposes of testing will be this Webflow domain, so midwayinbox.webflow.io. Okay, so the next things we are going to need to configure are our Memberstack public key as well as secret key. And I'm just going to retrieve that from Memberstack. So inside of your Memberstack account, you will be able to see all of your keys. So you'll have a public key as well as a secret key. I'm in test mode right now, so I will just grab the public key over here, head over to my project creation and add the public key. And I'll also do the same for the secret key. And this will just allow us to sync members that are on our Memberstack application. Okay, so now I'm just going to create a new account. So once we've created a new account, you'll be able to see the basics, whereby you have your project name, your website, and a couple of dimensions of how that inbox will look like inside of your Webflow site. Okay, so what I typically like to do is set my inbox height to 100 viewport height, and then I am just going to save over here. So if you, in any case, ever want to delete the project, you would then just click on this button over here to delete the entire project. But do note that that deletes all of your messages from members, all of your community conversations, as well as all of your members that you have synced. Okay, so now we are going to head to the next step, which will be Memberstack. So we have already configured our public key and we've already saved our secret key. So what we're going to do now is just sync all of our members inside of Memberstack. So you can see that I have synced 8 members. And when you go inside of Memberstack and you go over to your members, I'll also be able to see that I have 8 members over here that are currently active. Okay, so the next thing we are going to do is map our Memberstack fields. So the field that holds your user's first name, you are then going to add it over here. So in my case, that field is first name like this. And I can confirm that inside of Memberstack where I have this field as well. First name. So I'm just going to copy that and make sure that it is correct inside of Memberstack. And then for your avatar field, which in Memberstack is typically profile image, so you can just leave that as is. Right, and then you are going to save. Okay, so the next thing we are going to configure is the theme. And depending on your specific plan that you have signed up with, you are going to have access to specific features. So in my case, I am on the studio plan, which allows me full customization of my inbox. If you're on the starter plan, you will have a couple of limitations, but in this case, I am on the studio plan. Okay, so our plans range from $0, $19.99, and then $49.99 per month. All right, and all those give you specific features. Okay, so inside of your theme, you will then be able to add your logo over here, and I'm just going to import a logo so you will be able to see how that might look like. Okay, I have posted my company logo with Webflow, so I'm just going to add that URL over here. And the header title, I do not need that anymore, so I'm just going to leave that blank. And then my company font is probably going to be something like, let's go with outfit. And then we can also configure the colors. So the closest match that I'm going to configure is going to be, let's say, this blue. And then I'm just going to copy that. I'm going to leave the rest the same. And then for the bubbles, I'm going to configure that as well. And then I get a quick preview of how all of that will look like. You also have the option to see that preview in real time after you've saved. So once you've saved your theme, you can then go over to preview, and I'll be able to see how my inbox will look like for all of my users. You can see that the blue that I've chosen is here, as well as where my logo will be. Okay, so the final step is to actually embed this on a Webflow website. So what you're going to do is copy over this embed script, and then you are going to head over to your Webflow website. So this is my demo website that I have allowed the inbox to be configured on. And then you're going to go to your custom code area, and two things are going to be needed. Firstly, you are going to have your Memberstack Webflow package that you are going to add to your Webflow site. And then you are going to add your Midway embed code over here, and then you are going to save it. The next thing you're going to need is to place the inbox. So I'm going to copy that, head over to Webflow, and then I'm going to drag in a code embed. So inside of the code embed, I'm then going to paste that. I'm then going to paste that inside of the code embed. So like this. And then I'm going to save and close. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is then publish the website. So after you've published the website, you'll then be able to see that the site is loading, and I'm currently not logged in. So I'm just going to log in. Okay, so once I've logged into my inbox, I'll now be able to see that I have three options. I have the chat view, the requests, as well as the members view. And from members, I can see all of the members that are currently inside of the admin's Memberstack app, so the entire member community. And I can simply click on one to message, to send a request and message, or click on any others as well. Okay, so in the next video, I'll walk you through how real-time communication between members actually works. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.